Throughout my life, I have seen respect diminish. People don't respect authority. They don't respect their parents. They don't respect the government. But then, does the government, does the authority respect the people? In the case of the Democrats, I would have to say no. Looking at the past 4 years of the presidency of Donald Trump, the Democrats have been trying to remove him with false claims of everything. There's no respect in that. It was all lies. It was all false deception. And what they were doing was attempting to divide this country into those that would want freedom and liberty and live in unity with each other, to be divided from those who don't know what that means. They weren't raised with respect as a part of their lives growing up. And there's also the problem of the judiciary, the courts, not being exactly fair on punishments for crimes committed. Anymore, you can basically go out and shoot somebody and wait. The kid wasn't on our side. He was on their side, so he has to go to prison. That's the way it's going. Respect is being lost. Evil is being pushed. And respect started going downhill years and years and years ago. But it's only been since the population has grown so much and the court systems have been overloaded that people are getting away with things they shouldn't. Honestly, they shouldn't. There was a day in this country, I would say less than 200 years ago, when moral integrity and respect were the way to live. Gay, lesbian, and all the rest of that, no, that was not accepted at all. That would get you banished. Why? Because they lived in societies that were moral. Gay and lesbian and all the rest of that, that's immoral. That's not right. In fact, if you go back a couple of thousand years, you would have been stoned to death for any kind of behavior like that. But anymore, it's, just turn a blind eye to it. It'll be okay. You don't have to worry about it. It's not your business. Yeah, it is. Because you're pushing that immorality, that disrespect for life, onto the next generation. And it's happening. They're doing it in schools. Transgendering children. How long will that last? Well, probably until they get a hold of some heroin, an overdose, or a gun and shoot themselves. Because they're confused on who they are. Because their parents push transgendering on them. But why not? We don't respect the unborn. Well, I do. They don't. The Democrats, their evil is being seen blatantly anymore. This election, they lied, cheated, and stole. because they can't stand the truth. They can't stand good. They can't stand peace. They can't stand unity because they're evil. Evil is that way. They want division. They want people to feel as though the government's going to give them everything. Those are hollow words. We'll give you health care. No, they won't. You can't afford it. We'll give you free education. No, they won't. You can't afford it. We'll give you free everything. No, they won't. They can't afford it. You see, they're playing with other people's money. And the problem is, if they want to start taking money from the rich and giving it away just to anybody, bye. They will leave. They will go to a country where they can keep their money. Plain and simple, just like that. It's basically a mind game that the Democrats are playing. And they're not Democrats anymore, as a matter of fact. The last real Democrat I can recall was a man named John Fitzgerald Kennedy. And he was a president. He was the one that said, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. But the Democrats of today, they've turned that around. Expect. Be entitled to. Gimme, gimme, gimme. That's what they're pushing anymore. You don't have to respect the law. Go out and burn, pillage, rape, whatever. Riot. Destroy. And they are promoting it. They're not trying to stop it. Chicago, New York, Detroit, Los Angeles. That's pure evil. And these governors and mayors, they need to get their head out, look around, and know they are the ones that are dividing. They are not uniting. They are dividing. They are the ones that are causing all this violence, pushing it, promoting it, glamorizing it, glorifying it, whatever you want to call it. And it's the Democrat Party overall, especially those that have gone far left into socialism and communism, that are destroying this country. And they want to have a puppet in the White House so they can push this country even further, take everything from everybody. We will control them. I hate to tell you this. That's not the truth. That's a lie. It's a deception. You see, even though those people who are in positions of governing say we're going to take away your weapons, that doesn't mean they will. Because I'm sure there's people out there that say, you want to come knocking on my door looking for my guns? Bring it. You might take me and my guns, but I'm going to take many of you, and that's the way it's going to be. And I really don't think our armed forces are ready to stand up against retired armed forces that have probably had more intense training than they get today. Because man is growing soft. He is. I went through Marine Corps boot camp in 1980. I guarantee you they don't do what we did. Guarantee it. They're getting soft. And I really don't think that the government, as if it were run by the Democrats, has a snowball's chance. Because they might be able to run it for a little while, but the entire country is going to get fed up with it and say, hey, guess what? We vote again. And we're going to get rid of these Democrat pests, parasites. We're going to get rid of them. And a perfect example of disrespect of the people by a person that is in the position of governing. Look at what Nancy Pelosi did during the pandemic. She sat in front of her $1,000 refrigerator, opened her ice cream drawer, and said, "Oh, look at me. Look, I am so sorry that you're locked in. You lost your job. Your family is hungry and you're cold. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to eat this ice cream. It's going to be very delicious." She doesn't respect anybody. She needs to be taken out, impeached if possible, because she doesn't care. And what grounds should she be impeached? Well, when the Affordable Care Act was signed, she walked into the chamber and says, "You can't know what's in it until you pass it." That was against the Constitution. It was against the rules of Congress. You don't do that. You know what you're signing into law before you sign it into law. It was wrong what she did. California, New York, you name it. They're going down the tubes. And there will be a day of true reckoning. And it ain't going to be a person doing it. It's going to be God the Creator, the one true living God, the Father of Jesus, the Messiah to all mankind, the one that taught us respect for authority. Respect God. Be thankful for what you have. Don't demand that you have what you don't have. It'll make you miserable because you'll never get it. Be thankful.